Welcome, welcome, welcome to MiSpot, where we balance, heal, and activate who we truly are. You can call me Happy Kiki, and tonight we're celebrating the full moon in Sagittarius. Come on in, come on in, come on in. This message is pre recorded because the day of the actual full moon is pretty significant. Happy birthday to all the Geminis all across the world. I sigh a little bit because this energy has been surprisingly heavy. So, with that being said, I know that we're being called to pray more. We're also going to do a little bit of Reiki tonight. And we're going to dive deep into each astrological house for each sign, along with pulling cards from a few of our decks. So, before we get into the grounding, have you been feeling a little tired? Your energy could feel a little heavy. I do anticipate and have an expectation that as the month of June comes in, we'll feel a little release. There'll be some form of a pick me up. But this energy is, when I say emotional, it just comes with a heaviness, kind of a somber. Maybe you want to be alone. Maybe I rebuke this, but maybe you're feeling a little depressed. You may not want to really do too much. You might want to stay home. You could be also feeling like a lot is happening, like one thing after another. You could feel that you're having to spend a lot of money or that you're frustrated in relationships. And I'm going to dig into the relationships piece some more because there's been a lot that's been revealed to me this week. But let me know if that resonates. Okay. Let me know in the comments if that resonates. Also, let me know in the comments if time stamps are helpful. I tend to do those, but I've kind of fallen back as we've done the lives. But let me know if time stamps are helpful, and I will be sure to put the timestamps in the comments as a pinned comment and also in the description box. All right. Let's go ahead and ground our energy. And I'm going to also just do a little bit of prayer and Reiki here. So we're going to be in it tonight. Okay. We're going to be going pretty deep this evening. All right. So get something comfortable, whether it be a beverage, whether you want to burn some Palo Santo or essential oils. You can also, where you can listen to what I have here playing in the background, or you could also find something that you might like that allows your energy to be calm. Hopefully, it's not a distraction. Let me make sure that my audio is playing correctly. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now my audio is playing correctly. All right, so let's just go ahead and take a moment to ground ourselves. And this is the time for us to really focus on our breath, recognizing that we have the power to always take control and recenter ourselves by taking a few deep and intentional breaths. As you allow yourself to focus on your breathing in through the nose, allowing your chest to fully expand, breathing in all the air that you can, holding it for about 4 seconds, and then releasing all the air out through the mouth. And as you continue breathing, I like to take this moment to call in our ancestors of love, divine, and healing light. Those that are connected to the Most High and closest to the Sun. We thank you for guiding us, leading us, showing us the way, and sending us major downloads. We thank you for your protection, the reminders that you're with us, you're near us, and you're there for us. And I'd like to just take this moment to come to you with a prayer of thanksgiving and petition. We thank you in advance for all the things that you will continue to do and continue to show us. And we ask that your presence be known, felt, and confirmed. We ask that you reveal to us our fears, reveal to us the things that we're overlooking or the things that we cannot see. Show it to us in a gentle, loving way that we can receive, but allow the message to be clear. We ask that you continue to guard us against negative energies and frequencies that are not connected to our best and highest good. Spirits that are not in alignment with our purpose. And we ask that you give us the words, give us the strength and the courage to move forward accordingly. We thank you to the Most High God for choosing us to carry out your mission of love, to being the trailblazers and showing others the way. We ask that you continue to develop our discernment, allow our judgment to be keen and just. We ask that you clear our intuition so that all messages are coming directly from you. We ask that you give us the strength to rest, the courage to rest, the wisdom to know when it's time to rest. We also ask that you give us the strength to move, the courage to take action, and the wisdom to know exactly what to do and when to do it. We thank you once again for what you continue to show us, what you have shown us. We thank you for the strength and discernment that you've given us on the actions we've already taken. And we ask that you continue to walk with us or even carry us into this next dimension, this next timeline, this next version of ourselves. Help us to hone in. Help us to understand who we are and to respond accordingly. Help us get comfortable in this new level. Allow our footing to be on solid rock. Allow our foundation to be strong. And allow Mother Earth to continue to support us like only she can. Let us know that no matter where we go, we always have the opportunity to ground ourselves. Remind us that the earth is always here to support us and available to be our source of grounding at any and all times. We ask that you keep our channels open to your divine messages of love and light. And we ask that you continue to show us very clearly your ways, removing all confusion, frustration, doubt, fear, and replacing it with clarity, strength, understanding, and courage. We thank you for the serenity that you grant to us without us even asking. We thank you for your grace and mercy. And we ask that you continue to support us, protect us, and guide us through this energy under this full moon in Sagittarius, allowing us to be open to new ways of learning, open to digging deeper into philosophy, human behavior, relationships, and allowing us to stay witty and whimsical as necessary. Once again, we thank you. We thank you, Mother Earth. We feel safe, supported, fully protected and secure. It is done. So I'm just going to put this out there like it comes to me. There's an energy that is trying to block our third eye. There's an energy that is frustrated or not happy about the intuition that we have, the discernment we've gained, our gifts of wisdom. You could feel like there is some type of attack, like spiritual attack, like maybe you're learning of enemies that you didn't realize you had, or maybe you're starting to see who's really for you. But now we know. Knowing is half the battle. And when we know better, we do better. And the heaviness that we have been experiencing is mostly because there's a releasing, a letting go of energetic ties to our past self, past version of ourselves. There could be people that are trying to keep us stuck or keep us trapped in some old version of ourselves. There are energies around us that don't want us to grow. And you could be feeling that heaviness. There's also this energy, the month of May. Okay, so we have this blue moon, right? This blue moon, this blue full moon in Sagittarius is a bookmark, like a bookend to the month of May. And blue moons come, maybe once every 6 months or so. And we've had 2 full moons this month. We had one at the very beginning of the month in Scorpio. And then we had one, and now we have this one here at the end of the month in Sagittarius. A lot of jam-packed energy. The sky has been kind of quiet. However, this is the most significant transit of the week. And because of that, we're feeling that energy more intensely. Full moons are all about exposing, shining a light on things, and allowing us to release what's no longer serving us, what's not for our best and highest good, or what's blocking us. It's shining a light on the blemishes, on the areas that need to be cleared. Okay? So one thing that has also been coming up for me this week when it comes to like relationships is realizing that because we've healed a lot of codependency wounds, like we've been intentional with healing our codependency wounds, we're now realizing that the energies and the spirits that have not done that work are almost coming to like drain us a bit of that light. Those energies have not done the work for themselves. And so they see that you have. They see that light in you that they want to acquire, attract, or be. And they're drawn to you because you give them that boost of ego, confidence, even just an energetic boost to allow them to take action in whatever situation they have. And what you're realizing is that it's more draining to you because you keep showing up for them, but you may not be getting what you need in return. Or you're realizing that I deserve reciprocal relationships. I deserve friendships, even family relationships, any relationship. You deserve a give and take. And you want energies, people to be there for you the way that you are for them, or at least in the same capacity. Okay? So let me just give a definition of codependency. Hang on one second. So, sorry. All right. Hold on. Before I do that, let me give you the definition, and then I'll give you ways to release the energy. Oh my goodness, that went right up my nose. Okay. So, codependency is when we need, want, or seek validation outside of ourselves. We need acceptance, approval. We need others to validate our worth, how good we feel about ourselves, or even our happiness. So instead of being whole within ourselves, we actually use someone else or other people to fill the voids that we can't fulfill or fill ourselves. Okay? We're overly dependent on someone else or something else to satisfy us emotionally. Period. Okay? Oftentimes, they show up romantically as a trauma bond. You could be in a relationship with someone who maybe you both have experienced loss. It could be loss of a relationship, loss of a parent. Maybe you both have a wound where someone hurt you and you're trying so hard to avoid being hurt that you seek someone that may feel safe, or, and I'm not saying you shouldn't feel safe, but when I say safe, I mean almost like you're settling. You're settling because you feel like you can control a situation. I'll give you an example. Like, say you're in a situationship. That's something that has happened a lot. That's what I think a lot of our issues stem from, especially if you are a being of, you know, a high frequency, a high vibration. You need, or you should be in alignment. Sorry, I'm fanning. You should be in alignment with another being of high frequency and vibration, right? So what happens is we get into these situationships, which is basically a relationship without a title. You have an emotional attachment to someone, but you don't have a committed relationship with them. And I'll just put it like this. We can't control our emotions, okay? We can try to suppress them to some extent, but how you feel is how you feel, okay? You might be able to control the intensity of it, but what I'm even realizing under this full moon in Sagittarius is there are relationships that come up where you like you may have a friendship that you've been thinking like, should I reach out? You know, you may have had someone from your past that you were dealing with romantically that you let go of, and you're feeling their energy, and you're wondering, you know, is it something that is unresolved? Is there, are you on their minds? Those kind of things could be coming up at this time. It's not necessarily telling us to act on it. I think that what we have to do is just process it, right? And I'm gonna get into some mirror work as well that I've been being called to do. But situationships cause confusion, okay? When we don't have boundaries or healthy boundaries in relationships, they cause a lot of confusion and a lot of heaviness. And that's what this energy feels like. There's a heaviness across the collective of letting go of situationships where things are blurred, not clearly defined, or we are settling, or we have unhealthy boundaries, or not well-established boundaries. And if you find yourself in a situation where you're playing house, okay, playing house is we act like we're in a relationship, we do things like we're in a relationship, but we're not. There's going to be confusion there. When someone leaves, if someone doesn't hear from someone, or they have an expectation of things kind of continuing down the same path, or continuing to get more intense, or just you going deeper down a path with someone, somebody's going to probably get disappointed. The biggest thing when we decide, because we're grown here, when you decide to have a actual relationship with something that's strictly actual, okay? Because it happens. You don't overstay your welcome, and neither do they. When you do your due, you get up and you go home. We're not laying there cuddling. We're not cooking dinner, making breakfast. That's some of the issues that I think that a lot of people are going through, and it causes a lot of confusion. The really sucky part is when you find yourself constantly doing the same thing. And we all know what the definition of insanity is, right? Doing the same thing and expecting a different result. We keep going in the same cycle, expecting something to change, especially when there hasn't been enough time, energy, healing that has been done to manifest that change where it would be consistent, grounded, and more stable. Okay? No playing house. No playing house. No playing house. If you find yourself playing house, you might want to start to look at your codependency wounds and how they're showing up in your relationships. Okay? Let me give you some info. So, having healthy boundaries is essential for emotional health and the quality of relationships. Boundaries define what is acceptable and unacceptable behavior from others, helping to protect your energy, time, and emotional space. Setting boundaries helps maintain your individuality in relationships, reducing codependency. Healthy boundaries prevent you from being overly responsible for others' emotions and actions, which can lead to unhealthy attachment styles. I'll give you one more. Healing between relationships is crucial for personal growth. It allows us to address recurring issues or unhealthy dynamics, such as codependency, trauma bonds, or communication challenges that may have led to a breakup before, already in the past. Taking time for ourselves allows us to cultivate a sense of independence and self-reliance, reducing our risk of becoming overly dependent on a partner for emotional fulfillment. That's it, that's all. Sometimes we all have insecurities, okay? All of us. We all have insecurities. But sometimes we attach ourselves to people that make us feel good about ourselves. We attach ourselves to situationships, situations, places, things, spirits, energies that help to fill the void that we cannot fulfill for ourselves or haven't fulfilled for ourselves. And when you think about it, wouldn't you really want to be able to truly show up for yourself so that you can attract someone who can also show up for themselves? Not to say you don't need each other, but you can actually come together and grow together. You're not coming to each other with a whole bunch of baggage. You know what I'm saying? And we all have a past. But when we deal with our stuff, when we deal with our crap, when we know ourselves, when we know our weaknesses, when we know the things that we have to work on or we are actively working on them, you can genuinely come together with someone and not just be attached to them because of your brokenness, because you have a hard time being alone, because you don't like sitting in silence, because your thoughts bother you, because you are not confident unless you are with someone or someone's giving you some level of attention, because you don't feel good about yourself if you're not in a relationship. You don't feel worthy or valid because you don't have someone standing next to you. That's not God's purpose. When two become one, you want two whole beings that are able to stand 10 toes down on their own, and they can come together and build even more from that solid foundation that they've already built. And when, God forbid, but if that relationship has to end or comes to an end, you don't lose yourself so much that you're in a deficit from walking away from the relationship, because you've given your entire self to someone when you were just playing house. And then the other part of it is, when we are focused on something that is a waste of time, let's just call it what it is, we can be missing out on what's really for us because you're distracted, because you can't see. And that's what the enemy wants you to do, is to not be able to see. And that's that attack on our third eye. During our meditation and prayer, there was tension here. Particularly, I felt it originally over my left brow. It was more like just a touch. And then I felt it as like tension over my right brow. And as we continued to pray through it, then I started to see my orb again. I get this this one wasn't as blue as it usually is, but there's this this orb. It's just like a circular, it's shaped like an eye. It's kind of oval shape. And it pulsates and it moves back and forth. And that kind of, and as that continued to happen, that tension was released. So, use your discernment. Don't betray yourself. Don't go against your best judgment. Okay? We can judge righteously. We have been given that authority to judge righteously. It doesn't mean we have to be the executioner, but we have the ability and the authority to judge righteously, which means you have learned some things during your time here on earth. And the goal is for you to apply what you have learned, whether it be about yourself or it be about others. That's wisdom. And there's nothing wrong with applying your wisdom. Okay? All right. What else? We talked about codependency being the need of or for outside validation or validation outside of ourselves. Oh, in this season, like I said, don't betray yourself. Don't bind yourself up. This is a season of expressing. And it may be a little tough right now because you may find yourself having to express some hard emotions. There may be some swallowing of a pill, or some guilt, some regret. There could also be an apology that's necessary. An apology doesn't always necessarily mean that we're wrong. Sometimes it could just be the right thing to do. Maybe you miss someone and you want to be able to tell them you miss them. But this is a season to express yourself. So allow yourself to feel free. Allow yourself to feel open and expanded. And I know it's a little tough right now, but I'm claiming and I'm prophesying that as the month of June rolls in, it'll be like this burst of sunshine. It'll be like an opening up, a clearing out. Okay? But we've experienced 2 full moons from beginning to end of May, and the energy has just been like jam-packed. While we're trying to go through this integration, it's like this blending of everything, and it's just feeling heavy right now. Okay? But don't bind yourself up. Don't enslave yourself to anything. Don't tie yourself up where you're not free to move. Okay? And if you want to be a player, they got to get up and go home. And so do you. You get up and go home. Be safe. And when I say be safe, I mean physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally. Be safe, even financially. If you're out here and you decide that a relationship is not for you and you just want to have fun, be safe on every level. Be safe. Okay? And just understand that you have to have healthy boundaries to protect your mental space, your emotional space, your physical body. Okay? Protect yourself. Be safe. All right? Stay true to yourself. No delusion. This is not the season to be delusional. And that's why I'm saying, if you're going to be in that energy, do not go into it delusional. Go into it being very clear, very understanding, very thoughtful, very intentional, and having very clear boundaries that you're standing on. Okay? We're not playing house. You deserve more. You deserve better. Our angels are continuously reminding us that they are around us. 444 has been showing me itself probably every day, more than once over the past week. 1111 has also been showing up quite a bit. 111. So there's a coming together. There is like a new beginning coming together. But this energy is calling us to heal mother wounds. And that could be why it may feel so heavy. There's like an emotional, like, draining. All right? And healing those wounds are going to allow us to expand our relationships, expand ourselves as we move through Gemini season. Okay? So some ways that we could do that, of course, here on the channel, we celebrate the moon cycles. But you could also have like a releasing ceremony. You could do a releasing ceremony where you may want to write down some very raw emotions about, that you want to let go of, and burn them. I would say burn them and get the ashes like away from you, away from your space, from your home. Maybe you dump them somewhere, make sure that they are out. Maybe you flush them down the toilet. But get the ashes out, away. The other thing is, when I was in Peru for a spiritual retreat in September, we did despacho ceremonies where we basically put together different things we wanted to sacrifice, or you put together you can call it a basket, but it's a despacho, and we're putting things in there that are representative of all things. You may put rice in there to represent abundance. You may put beans in there to represent like the fruit of the earth, or like the groundedness of the earth, or even more abundance. You may put like cocoa leaves in there to generate, for prosperity, for peace. Okay? And so as we continue to build our despacho, we then package it up and we put it into the fire, releasing it. We set the intention and we sacrificed what we needed to sacrifice by putting all these different things that we own into the despacho and then into the fire. And I just hear like the popping of peppers, because we had actually done one that had some peppers in there, and when you put it in the fire, we heard the peppers like popping. That's another thing we could do. There is, I believe, not believe, but there we just celebrated, there's a Muslim holiday, Eid. I don't want to mess up the name, but Eid al, y'all know what I'm talking about. But that's a holiday of sacrifice. It's symbolic, or a celebration of Abraham, when Abraham had shown his faith in God when he was going to sacrifice his son. So there's this sacrificing kind of energy. So what are we giving up? What are we sacrificing? What are we putting boundaries on? All right. And then another thing is some mirror work. So we could talk to, I don't really think we should talk to others in the mirror, but I think we should definitely start by talking to ourselves. Sitting in front of the mirror, looking yourself in the eye, telling yourself affirmations, prayers, different things that are going to be reflected to you. Setting the intention for these things to be shown to you, for these things for you to be a reflection of these things. All right. One more thing before we jump into the sky. wanted to share. It just escaped me. Let's see here if it'll come back to me. Well, it went away. It'll come back. I was talking about mirror work, despacho, affirmations. Oh, there it is. Prayer. Let's find a song. And I want us to know how to pray and call on God's protection against our enemies. Hold on. Let's try, let's see, 35, 109, and 59. 109, 35. Let's look at 109. My God, whom I praise, do not remain silent, for people who are wicked and deceitful have opened their mouths against me. They have spoken against me with lying tongues, with words of hatred. They surround me. They attack me without cause. In return for my friendship, they accuse me, but I am a man of prayer. They repay me evil for good and hatred for my friendship. Appoint someone evil to oppose my enemy. Let an accuser stand at his right hand. When he is tried, let him be found guilty, and may his prayers condemn him. May his days be few. May another take his place of leadership. May his children be fatherless and his wife a widow. May his children be wandering beggars. May they be driven from their ruined homes. May a creditor seize all he has. May strangers plunder the fruits of his labor. May no one extend kindness to him or take pity on his fatherless children. May his descendants be cut off, their names blotted out from the next generation. May the iniquity of his fathers be remembered before the Lord. May the sin of his mother be blotted out. May their sins always remain before the Lord, that he may blot out their name from the earth. It's 11:11 on the clock. For he never thought of doing a kindness, but hounded to death the poor and the needy and the brokenhearted. He loved to pronounce a curse. May it come back to him. He found no pleasure in blessing. May it be far from him. He wore cursing on his garment. It entered into his body like water, into his bones like oil. May it be a cloak wrapped about him, like a belt tied forever around him. May this be the Lord's payment to my accusers, those who speak evil of me. But you, sovereign Lord, help me for your name's sake. Out of the goodness of your love, deliver me. For I am poor and needy, and my heart is wounded within me. I fade away like an evening shadow. I am shaken off like a locust. My knees give way from fasting. My body is thin and gaunt. I am an object of scorn to my accusers. When they see me, they shake their heads. Help me, Lord my God. Save me according to your unfailing love. Let them know that it is your hand, that you, Lord, have done it. While they curse, may you bless. May those who attack me be put to shame, but may your servant rejoice. May my accusers be clothed with disgrace and wrapped in shame as in a cloak. May with my mouth, I will With my mouth I will greatly extol the Lord. In the great throng of worshipers I will praise him. For he stands at the right hand of the needy to save their lives from those who would condemn them. That's Psalms 109. I hope that that was a blessing to your soul. All right, let's jump in. Sagittarius, this moon is highlighting your first house of self, appearance, beginnings, ego, self. Self. Okay? So let's be shining a light on areas that are stopping you from being true to yourself, expressing yourself, showing the world the real you. Okay? Sag, you also, let's see, right now, Black Moon Lilith is also in the sign of Sagittarius. So there's a calling to be independent, embracing your independence. This is a time for your expansion. So if you're a Sag moon, you could definitely be feeling this energy tugging on you to expand, to grow, to embrace more independence. And it could be a little draining. It could feel a little lonely. It could feel like you don't really have support, or you don't have what you need. Like you could just feel tired because there's an energy that is trying to stop you. There's an energy that's trying to stop you from moving forward on your path, moving further into your next level, your next best self, your highest self, your next elevation. Okay? So just calling on that energy of independence, rebuking, condemning your enemies, and talking more to yourself. Like listening to the voice inside of you that tells you that you're a badass. Listening to the voice inside of you that's telling you you can do it. Okay? Listening to the voice that is whispering and not the one that's screaming all the negative things that run through your head, or the negative thoughts or negative emotions. Listening to the quiet voice that tells you, to keep going. All right. Capricorn, this moon is highlighting your 12th house of the conscious and the subconscious. So your house of spirituality, secrets, and solitude. This moon is revealing areas where you might be codependent, calling you to enjoy more of your solitude, releasing codependency wounds that have you afraid of being alone or by yourself, recognizing that you're never alone. A reminder that you have ancestors, guardian angels surrounding you, waiting for you to call on them, waiting for you to ask for help, what you need, asking for guidance, direction. Okay? Revealing some things to you. Your solitude will be revealing things to you, whether it be about yourself or about others that are around you. All right. Aquarius, this moon is highlighting your 11th house of friendships, networks, social groups, aspirations, future goals, what you want to accomplish. This is the place where you may really feel at home, Aquarius. It's a place where you could be your innovative, collaborative self. This moon is showing you some very deep transformations that are necessary. It's highlighting things that have been blocking you since childhood, could be blocking your bloodline for generations. This energy could be here for a while. You could be going through this transformation of like breaking a generational curse. But things are being revealed to you regarding your bloodline, your family, your friend groups, and who you can be collaborative with, who you can grow with, who you should be connected to. All right, Pisces, this moon is highlighting your 10th house of career, reputation, authority, what drives you. You're being called to your next best self. It could be a little tough, like pushing through this energy, like you're trying to ascend and grow and move like closer to your North Star, like your purpose. And it could be a little bit of a struggle. And that could be going on for the next year or so as well. Things are being revealed to you when it comes to your discipline, your drive, your reputation, and how you respond to authority. Are you playing things safe? A little too safe? Okay. Aquarius, this moon is highlighting your 9th house. I'm sorry, Aries. Aries. This moon is highlighting your 9th house of philosophy, travel, higher education. You could definitely be feeling this energy pretty intensely as well, Aries. There's a stellium still going on in the sign of Aries right now, centered around healing, centered around change, shifts, spirituality. Are you being very positive and optimistic right now? Or are you feeling maybe the opposite? Oh, excuse me. You might be being called to be a little more adventurous, like stepping out of the box, stepping outside of your comfort zone. Heavy transition space for you, Aries. These transitions are also pretty deep. They're going to run pretty deep within you, like down into like the pit of who you are, your gut, your motivation, what fuels you, what drives you, what gives you energy. And as you work through these wounds, you're going to be delivered and recovering from a lot. Like you're going to find yourself creating a very solid foundation as you move through healing these wounds. Things that are making you afraid of change, things that are not allowing you to like grow, move into your next level, heal. Yeah. Stay optimistic. Call in the energy of Sagittarius, that mutable fire sign. Just allowing yourself to be more flexible and going with the flow and like embracing change. Okay, Aries. Taurus, this moon is highlighting your 8th house of transformation, death and rebirth, intimacy, investments. Yeah. You could be noticing or recognizing, realizing areas where you're passionate, or what's stopping you from moving towards your passion. You have the planet Mars in your sign right now that's going to be encouraging you to go, to take action. It's going to be giving you energy. It could come with some conflict, but it's going to have a lot of passion, a lot of drive. Like, whatever's fueling you, you're being called to move in that direction. And this moon is going to be showing you what's stopping you. It's going to reveal to you what's in the way, what's blocking you. Okay? Gemini, this moon is highlighting your 7th house of partnerships, contracts, enemies. You could be seeing some justice here soon, Gemini. Some balancing out in relationships for sure. So just stay patient, stay the course, stay present. Trust yourself. Continue to focus on how you look, how you feel. Like really pouring into what you need. Uranus is still allowing you to embrace change. So this moon is going to continue to reveal to you any areas that you need to shift, relationships you need to shift, or how relationships are shifting. The sun is definitely shining a light on you. You could be in the spotlight right now. You could be celebrating, of course, like a birthday, but like it's like eyes are on you in a good way. But you're shifting, you're changing something. This is long-term change as well. Could be, multiple generations of change. And you also have the planet Mercury, who rules your sign, the planet of learning, communication, thinking, here to support you, really. So continue to express yourself, to continue to speak your truth, continue to communicate. And there could be some things that are hard to communicate right now. So you may want to journal, pray, or do your affirmations in the mirror. And also recognize like who's surrounding you, who's protecting you spiritually, physically, emotionally. Like really, like you're seeing through the fog. It's like so much is being revealed to you right now. Some of it could not be so, like news could be a little not so good, or like a little disappointing. And this energy could be here for the next year as well, like just kind of working through changes in relationships and honing in on your communication, your word, how you speak, how you talk. Continue to ask your angels and the Most High for the words. Ask them for the words. Cancer, this moon is highlighting your 6th house of health, services, daily routines. This could be work, like how meticulous you are about something, What's stopping you from digging into the details? You could be being called to dig more into the details, and something is getting in the way of that. Maybe you're moving too fast. You have to be a little more practical and analytical, like paying a little more attention to detail right now. You are being supported by Venus and Jupiter. Venus, the planet of love, beauty, values, relationships. Jupiter, the planet of expansion, growth, luck. You're being called to dig deeper, dig more into the details. That energy will be here at least through July, your season. All right. Leo, this moon is highlighting your 5th house of creativity, romance, childhood, sacral chakra energy. What's stopping you from being brave, charismatic, noble? This is also a place where you may feel at home, Leo. No, Cancer. Sorry, hold on. Cancer. My bad. Cancer. Yeah. Stay focused on the details. Did I finish Cancer? I think I did. Yeah, I'm sorry. Leo. My bad. Leo. 5th house. Yeah. Leo, you could be feeling at home here. You could be feeling, you could be feeling charismatic. You could be feeling creative and childlike. Or you're seeing what's stopping you from being in that energy. What's stopping you from feeling that energy. You're being called back to a place of playfulness, freedom, bravery. Excuse me. Yeah, Leo. Are you getting more romantic? Are you feeling more like in touch with yourself? Or what's stopping you from feeling more in touch with who you are and your purpose? All right. Moving on to Virgo. Virgo, this moon is highlighting your 4th house of home, family, roots, foundation. What nurtures you, what protects you, what makes you feel protected. Your emotional stability, what's stopping you from feeling emotionally stable, from feeling protected or nurtured. Heavy on the emotions. Here, Virgo. Family ties, family, home emotions, emotions in the home. Okay, this moon is helping you to release any blocks, any areas where you're not balanced, you're not feeling love or the love or loved. There could be a heaviness here too, Virgo, because you're healing past wounds. Over the next year or so, you're being encouraged to heal like old wounds, which are going to allow you to break through and get to your next level, your next best self. Okay, the energy could be feeling a little draining, a little pulling, like pulled back. You could just not be feeling so encouraged, loved, unfortunately. Okay, there's some family wounds that you're working through. This moon is highlighting it for you. At least the area is like calling you to start at your roots. All right, Libra, this moon is highlighting your 3rd house of communication, siblings, short trips, learning, communication. Oh, I said that. Thinking, how you think. Is there something that's blocking your thought process? Are you able to think clearly? Have your thoughts been getting the best of you? What are they and why? Yeah. All right, Scorpio. This moon is highlighting your second house. Second house of love, values, possessions, finances. What's stopping you from being consistent, reliable? Are you overindulgent in something? What has to be cleared out just that's stopping you from having that consistency, from allowing your values to speak for themselves? Yeah. This energy should feel pretty good. Hopefully, you are feeling loved and you're just working through some areas that are stopping you from having that consistent, reliable, loving feeling. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and jump into the Moonology deck. Holy Spirit, ancestors of divine love and healing light, please protect us as we download the messages for our best and highest good. Anything that's not for our best and highest good, please close shut, lock, and lock that door in the name above all names. Amen. Oop. They didn't flip over. Few. I think we got like 5. Nothing is yet set in stone. Mutable moon. Sagittarius is a mutable sign. It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. Scorpio is a sign before Sag. We're celebrating a full moon right now. What do you need to release? Waning moon. All right. That's consistent with the energy as well. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. So we got a full moon and new moon in Scorpio out here. Which we'll have a full moon in, and we just had a full moon in Scorpio. We'll have a full moon in Capricorn next month. Have faith in your dreams. Waxing crescent moon. All right. So, a couple of these are calling me. So we have, oh shoot. Oh yeah. Work through your fears is calling me. We have on the bottom of the deck, adjustments are required, 3rd quarter moon. And I feel like this Scorpio card also came out last week, maybe. So I think we're going to read these Scorpio. So nothing's yet set in stone, confirming that we're still in this shift, this integration phase. All we have to do is stay present. It's easier said than done, I know. But there's a calmness, like a consistent routine-like energy. Like it's not quick. It's very subtle and in flow. Very intentional. All right. I do like what do you need to release? That's another good one. Have faith in your dreams. I feel like I may have read that one recently. But I think we're going to read adjustments are required. Nothing is yet set in stone. Let's read work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. It's time to release negativity. Have faith in your dream. What do you need to release? Yeah. And then, of course, all of these have purple. But that's very consistent. We have one green card, which is like a heart chakra. This here, nothing is yet set in stone. Mutable moon, which is Sag energy as well. Let's do work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. All right, this card suggests a rebirth. Think of your situation as the phoenix that's rising from the ashes, as the birth, death, rebirth paradigm. That's what Scorpio energy is all about. Whatever you've been through, there's a new start ahead. It might be a little dark. It most certainly won't be rainbows and unicorns, but it will be deep and transforming. This card also suggests that if you know you are magical, then this is a time to work your magic. It can also herald the start of a sexier time. If you've been experiencing something of a drought and emotional intimacy is okay. It can also herald the start of a sexier time if you've been experiencing something of a drought and emotional intimacy is also on the menu. Scorpio is the sign that likes to go deep into body, mind, and spirit. So when this card comes up, there's nothing superficial about what's coming your way. Attune to the moon. Have some sexy time. Additional meanings. Time to let go of a grudge you're holding. Move on from jealousy. Stop being obsessive. Could it be you're being paranoid? Make an investment. The teaching. Scorpio is a sign of death and rebirth, magic and shamans. Its energy is a little bit dark, occult, even scary. Not all of us like to face the shadow, but Scorpio demands it. In fact, it's through working through your dark side that you can get to the light, and the new moon in Scorpio and the appearance of this card at any other time suggests you need to do that now. That's the confirmation. For sure. What do you need to release? Waning moon. Let's see. I think the waning moon and the disseminating moon are the same. I think. Waning moon. 100. Page 100, breaking down to 1. What do you need to release? Waning moon. The waning moon points to what's falling away. Life goes in cycles, and sometimes we need downtime or to let go. No matter when in the moon cycle you pull this card, it's a sign that a situation has peaked, for better or worse, and it's time for you to go easier. It's the autumn and winter of the cycle. So what do you need to release? Almost certainly something from the situation you're asking about. This card can be very positive, but it can still be gently suggesting that you let something go and stop trying so hard. Attune to the moon. It's safe to let go and move on. Additional meanings. Move forward with as little resistance as possible. This is not the time to start new projects. Releasing emotional baggage is recommended now. Say sorry to someone. Do energetic work such as meditation or yoga. Soon you will see what lies ahead. The teaching. At the time of the waning cycle, take a moment to look up in the skies every night. You will see the moon growing smaller and smaller as she moves from full to new again. It's the time when things are falling away. It's certainly not the time to cling on to anyone or anything. Drawing this card suggests your situation is in its autumn and winter phase, so hunker down and start the regeneration process. Another confirmation. Okay? So we're going to leave those there. And let's go ahead and pull a roomie, and then we'll wrap this thing up. I have all the faith that this is going to be more confirmation of the shift, the blending of all this energy, the change that's coming with all of this integration. Like we're in this like shifting and in between phase with 11:44 on the clock. All right, what we got for the people, brother? Oh my, that's a lot. That's we can't do that. A whole lot. I am interested in this one. Sacred Phoenix Heart, number 21. It seemed like this one wanted to jump out. Let's see what else we can get. Oh, look at that. Got two more. Sacred Soul Sister, Let Love Transform. So on the bottom, Celestial Rose of Ma. So we got Sacred Phoenix Heart, number 21, breaking down to a 3, balancing the mind, body, and spirit. Then we have Sacred Soul Sister, number 37, breaking down to a 1. And then we have Let Love Transform, breaking down to number 5, which is also transformation. Look at the red energy here. That's root chakra energy, focusing on our foundation. Okay, so, and then on the bottom, Celestial Rose of Ma, number 10, also breaking down to a 1. So I'm going to read the Phoenix Heart. Sacred Phoenix Heart, number 21. That's that coming, rising from the ashes. Okay. Sacred Phoenix Heart. Under the cover of blood, love veils many rose gardens. In total faith, love tenderly guides every lover to the garden of the heart. Reason says the world is limited in 6 directions. There is no way out. Love says there is a way, and I have traveled it many times. Rumi. How I adore your defiant, rebellious heart. It knows that what for the mind is an end is for the heart simply another match to ignite the sacred flames. It eats of love until it is filled and then becomes hungry again and eats some more. And again and again. It eats of love until it is so full it must simply explode into a sacred fire of passion. It bursts, incapable of sustaining old consciousness in the expanse of blessings unlimited, lavished upon it through the great beloved's affection. It would be like attempting to fit an ocean in a teacup. So it does not. It bursts forth like a dying star into spectacular radiance, only to be reborn again, new and hungry for the next feeding frenzy in love's great banquet. How I adore your defiant, spectacular heart. Love guides us through travails that seem improbable, if not impossible. It does not shy away from any challenge, from any cause. It cannot. It is just love's way. Love says to us there is always another way. You are receiving this guidance now. Perhaps you're scratching your head quizzically, or you're in deeper despair because you appear to have met a dead end, a frowning no, or a dismissive laugh upon your request to bring love alive. So then, do you choose to believe in love or in the death of sorts of your heart faces? Your heart shall rally. I choose death because that is the portal to new life. And so it is wise, you see, but you must be brave. To be burned in love, by love, for love will involve endurance of pain, but it will also place it in context. It is the shorter pain that is not compounded by erroneous thinking. That pain comes and goes quite quickly when you realize that love is simply playfully smacking your wrist and saying, "Not that way, beloved." There are great pitfalls on that path. Come, take this one, where there shall be wine and dancing. So you are guided to accept the closed doors, the death, the pain, and to let it become tender for your fire. Cry whatever tears need to be cried so your tinder can be dry and ready to create the sparks your heart needs. That sacred phoenix, ready to die into life within you, is hungry for the fire. Let it feast so it can fulfill its potential, its divine destiny, and become born again into new form, more divinely aligned and alive than ever before. This oracle comes with a message for you. You may feel as though you have been wandering in a desert for many years with no oasis in sight. You might have been through darkness, through trials, endured confusion and uncertainty as you sought for your truth, sought divine revelation, and sought your purpose to confirm your plans. Seek no more. The answers are now given, or very soon will be, and the life, the passion, the purpose, it will all come to you in clarity. Does life need to be grasped for? It is bestowed according to grace and destiny. It need not be sought so much as received. The spiritual destiny that calls your soul, even whilst you may feel your bodily ears are deaf to the call, makes your heart leap. It is as though hearing the beloved's voice and stirring an ancient memory of love so powerful moves you, even without you necessarily understanding how or why. So let the life come to you. Be prepared to let the old version of your life pass away into the new life now being born. What does this mean? It means letting go of your striving, your opinions, your doubts, your despairs, and your fears. Life wants to happen through you, blazing angel. You don't have to do much other than get out of your own way. Love is your nature. Let it flourish, and life shall unfold accordingly. This oracle brings a particular message regarding divine timing, an oh so significant factor in our dreams coming to life. Your time is fast approaching. It may even be now. It may seem least likely to you. There may be great darkness or confusion, and yet the unveiling of the new dawn is closest to the deepest darkness of night. Do not turn back or away from your progress. Your very next steps shall be upon hallowed ground, rendered golden by the rays of the rising sun. There was so much confirmation in that. I hope you heard it. I love you, but God loves you more. Always go within so you never go without. And over here we stay connected to the ones that sit high, look low, and see everything. Thank you for coming out. God bless you. Good night. Anything you need to know about me will be in the description box. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next